What's up, folks? Welcome back to the channel. Brandon here, bringing y'all back another video. For today's video, I think we're gonna end up doing a dash review of the Hellhorse Performance digital dash swap, and I'm just gonna show you guys all the features, functions, just everything that it can do. So for any of you 15 to 20 Mustang owners that are thinking about doing the dash swap, watch this video and I'll show you guys everything about it. I'll put the link in the description to where you can buy it and everything about it. So just follow along and we'll go over everything. What's up, buddy? You want to learn about the digital dash today? So I'll probably show you guys all the features, and then I'll do some driving videos too, so you can see how it works driving, and this tachometer, the shifter, shift lights, everything that it has going on. So just follow along and make sure y'all follow me on Instagram at Minion50. I've got a couple pictures out there already of the dash. So and then I got plenty of other good content on the gram. Follow along and see you guys at the car. Got this beautiful 2019 GT350 that belongs to the man Steve over there tinning our Explorer. Links in the description. Hit him up for all your tinning needs. He does great work around the Richmond, Virginia area. Make sure you just hit him up and tell him that you saw him from my video and he'll hook you up. But for the main objective of this video, we're gonna hop in the car and show y'all everything about this digital cluster. I also have the Sync 3 from Hellhorse, so I'll probably go over that too. So as you put it in accessory mode, you see the gauge sweep like that, and then when you start it, your cold start. Now I'm gonna move the car to a spot where y'all can actually see the dash, not all glary, and then I'll continue with this video. Alright, so looking at the cluster straight on, how it is in normal mode, you got your tachometer over here, speedometer over here, digital in the middle, digital tachometer. Then you have 3 customizable gauges in the middle, fuel, engine temp, temperature outside, it's hot as crap, your music if you're listening to Bluetooth, the direction that you're heading, then your miles till E, and your odometer. Down here, when you push on the pony button, that's when you get this whole big menu. So you have My Mode, track apps you have an acceleration timer where you can test your 0 to 30, 0 to 60, 0 to 100, your 1/8 mile, your 1/4 mile, then you can view and clear your speed and distance. Then you have your brake performance, you can test out your 60 to 0 or your 100 to 0. Then you have the line lock, which is everyone's favorite. Puts it in track mode automatically. You hold to initialize it. Engage firmly on the brake. Press OK. And as you saw right there, it didn't engage because I have the handbrake up. If the handbrake was down, it would have engaged. But so then you back out of that, track app canceled. Then you have your lap timer. You can set which track, blah, blah, blah. Then you have your start option, so you can have the drag race counter. So when you come up to the acceleration timer and you test out your whatever, it'll stage you, pop lights up, and then you can go. So then you can come back in and set it to racetrack countdown, go back up and do the same thing, and now it gives you a tree like an F1 style. And then you would take off and it would record all your data. So that's about it for all the track apps. Then you come down here to the shift indicator. This is my favorite. I have my shift point set to 71 now because I have the 18 manifold. I can take it all the way to 8,000, but I'll put it down here at 4 just to show y'all the different options. So right now I'm on just tachometer. So it's up there, so when you rev up, it'll go when you get to your indicator. Personally, my favorite mode is track, because as you can see, up at the top of the cluster right here. As you rev up, it'll start to light up like that until you get to your siglet. Once you get to your selected shift point, and then you come back in here, you click on drag, and the entire cluster will go orange when you get to your shift point. So that'll be the best for when you're on the drag strip. And personally on the street, I like using the track one. Launch control, I've never gotten to test it, but you can select which RPM you want to have it launch you at. If I was to use it, I'd probably use it at 33, just because I've never tried it before. But then you would hold that and gauge it. Down here, these are that screen. So you come on in here and you can have your show gauges, you can scroll through it, have G-force, all your normal like readings that you can get on any cluster. Then you have those. These are 3 customizable ones that you can click on configure. So I have it as air and fuel ratio, cylinder head temp, and inlet air, but you can also do axle oil temp, engine oil pressure, and in vacuum boost and voltage. I don't have vacuum or boost or oil pressure because I have both of those gauges right here. So I don't need to have those pop up on the cluster. Next up in the pony mode is your My Color, where this is where you can change all your dials. So you go to primary and you change it to green. It changes your cluster toggle switches, and when you come into here and change it to secondary color, let's say we want purple for this. This is going to change your rings. So now we've got a nice green and purple setup, and it just looks super clean. And how the My Color you can create, you have all sorts of different colors. You can pick up to 3. As you can see right here, there's a color wheel that you can select from all different colors and shades. And ambient lighting is just the light in these gauges, and then your footwell lighting later on at night. The cluster appearance is what mode you want it to look like while you're driving. So for that, I can come here to my mode button, flip that up. So that's Sport Plus right here. This is track. Drag stays the same as track. Snow and wet takes you back to the normal cluster, and then there's normal. Alright, so that's everything with the pony button. We move over to the phone now. It pops up your calls, incoming calls, outgoing, missed calls. So you can click on all calls, everybody that's called you and talked to you, back out of there. That when you get a call coming in, you push that to accept it, and then that would end it. Navigation, I don't have nav in this on this system right here. So, but if you have a car with navigation, you can push that and your map will pop up right here in the middle. Now we'll push on the settings button. That lets you look at your trip and fuel. So you have trip 1, trip 2. I get very bad miles to the gallon because I have a right foot problem. Your fuel economy, your tire pressures, I have deactivated right now because there's no sensors in these wheels. And then you have your average speed, then it's blank. So I usually rock with it on the gauge mode, just so you can see all your in-car information as you're driving. Then we come to your driver's assist. My car has auto engine off, blind spot, cross traffic, hill start assist. Then you come down to here and you click on that, it'll give you your speedometer in miles per hour and kilometers an hour. I used to use that all the time, but now I just stay with the normal big one. Then you come into the advanced settings, you have vehicle settings, so you have your alarm, easy entry exit. When you get out of the car after it turns off, your seat moves all the way back. And then when you get back in and start it, it moves back up to where you had it set, since I have memory seating. Intelligent access is where the door handle has comfort access. So you put your hand on the door handle with the key in your pocket, automatically unlocks. Lighting, this is your auto lamp delay where your headlights stay on for however long when you get out. definitely going to change it before Mustang Week. And then your windows, you have remote open. So let me show you what that does. So this is the, as you can hear, that's the auto lock and auto unlock. But now the car's locked. So you push the unlock button, you hold it, and then as you can see, the windows go down on their own. That's part of the auto window down, or remote open on the windows. So now that the windows are down, unfortunately, you can't make them go back up with the remote. So now you have to hop back in the car, start it, and then roll them back up. But it's whatever. But yeah, as you saw right there, I actually have the Bullet cluster variant from Hellhorse. They make the Bullet cluster, the more standard one. They just came out with the GT500 one for automatics only. And they have the Bullet one you can get for an auto too now. In the setup, you have the My Key. Now, all Mustangs have My Key, I think, if they're premium. So if you're a father and your son's driving around doing dumb shit in his car, you can limit how fast he can go, where he can go, and the car will track everything. Hopefully Papa Joel doesn't do that to me. That'd be fun. But then you go into your display, and here you have language, so you can change everything. Tire pressure, what you want it to display in. Fahrenheit, Celsius as the temperature. Tachometer display shows what shows in this box right here. So you can see that right now it's set for gear. Unfortunately, you can't make that pop up on a 15 to a 2018 because in 2019 they added a computer into the transmission to show the cluster what gear you're in. So right now, I just only can get it to run your RPMs. But I still think that's pretty cool to know exactly what your engine is at. But yeah, that's pretty much everything with the cluster. Now we can move over to the Sync 3, which is very touch friendly. Everything's super quick. Since my car's a 2015, it came from the factory with Sync 2, or My Ford Touch, and I absolutely hated it. This is way better. I also have it 4Scan as the Ford GT screen. So when I open the door, you'll see it pop up as GT4 Performance and disappear like that. And then when you turn the car back on, it just fires right back up. I also have heated and cooled seats, so I force-scan those buttons on the screen. But when you come here to audio, go to sources, it shows all of what you have, climate control, everything. The Ford GT background gives you a cool font on everything that you do. So everything looks so much nicer. Phone, everything on here for your apps. Then settings, you can scroll through. As you can see, it's very crisp on its swipes. Make sure everything goes pretty well. I also have Apple CarPlay. So whenever I take my phone and plug it in, you'll see Apple CarPlay pop up. So now that that's up, that's also very touch oriented. Settings on here, you can change the do not disturb, your appearance. You can swap it to dark mode. Pretty much most of your like map apps and music will all pop up on here. Waze everybody uses through Apple CarPlay. I use Google Maps and Apple Maps. Then you go in here to your music, shows you everything that's playing. Go back, you have a little quick thing of your last 3 apps, your calendar, and you can click on the forward button and it exits you back out to the sync. And that's pretty much about it for all this. I'll do some driving clips on the way back over to the house, and I'll probably wrap it up there. you go, guys. I would show you a clip going to red line and see the whole cluster turn red, but I am not going to 7,500 in my neighborhood. That would not be a good idea. But I'm gonna end it here. Appreciate everybody for watching. Please subscribe, like the video, comment. I'm gonna put a link in the description for where you can find this cluster at from the guys at Hellhorse. They also make this, so I'll put a link for that as well. And just show them some support. They definitely hooked it up with this. Also, make sure you follow me on Instagram if you haven't already, at Minion50. Stay tuned for more content, and we will see you guys in the next one. Peace out, take it easy.